Hey, my loves, welcome to our grammar series with English Linguaverse. We want you to learn all the English you can with us. We want you to improve your vocabulary, your grammar, your 4 skills, so that you can have the life that you want with English. You can take that vacation and not feel stressed about communicating. You can improve your job possibilities. You can get into educational programs that you really want to get into. But we also want you to become better students and better learners. So we want to teach you ways of approaching your studying and your language learning so that it can just be more enjoyable and easier, okay? So we have this series of grammar that we want to take you through because grammar really is the foundation of the language, meaning, or maybe a better analogy would be like the scaffolding or the structure. So when you're building a building, you have all of the beams and the, metal, stands that hold everything up. That's the grammar, okay? It makes, here's a good picture of it. Obviously, it's better than my explanation, but it really helps you know how to connect ideas, make your thoughts clear. I mean, if you don't know whether you're talking about the past, present, future, your message will be lost. So vocabulary is amazing. Obviously, it makes the beautiful decorations to your language. It makes it more rich and compelling, but the grammar is what gives it structure. So that's why it's actually very easy and logical to, learn grammar because it's a very clear structure. So we want to give you that here. So we're going to give you some tips, some pro tips to study grammar like a pro. And then we'll have a whole series of videos taking you through all the grammar tenses in English. And there really aren't that many. English grammar is so easy. You'll realize that. You might be stressed about grammar now, but as you continue to learn the grammar with these videos, you'll see how simple it is. And you'll be like, I've got this. So good luck and keep watching. Okay, so we have pro tip number 1. Pro tip number 1 is to number your verbs. Okay, it might sound strange, but this will help you keep the verbs logically organized in your mind. And organizing things by numbers keeps it pretty easy. No matter what language you speak, 1 is 1, 2 is 2. Okay, so here's how you'll do it. So verb 1, as you'll see here, verb 1 is the present, okay? Play, the present, okay? I play, you play. Verb 2 is the past, okay? Played, that's the example, played. You'll add the ed to a regular verb. Verb 3 is the past participle. So obviously you might know the word past participle, but it's kind of complicated. It's more linguistic. So why not just make it easy and learn verb 3? So verb 3 might look like verb 2 in some cases, but it's not. It's the past participle. So you'd use it in the present perfect, I have played, or maybe you'd use it in the passive voice. Those are more advanced. We'll get to them, don't worry. So that's verb 3. Verb 4 is the present participle. So ing, okay? So I am playing, present continuous or progressive. I have been playing. So it's usually connected to the continuous or progressive form. I'm going to call it continuous just for ease of use right now, but also verb 4 because learning a number is easier than learning a word, right? So we've got verb 1 is the present, verb 2 is the past, verb 3 is the past participle, verb 4 is the present participle, ing, and we've got finally verb 5. Verb 5, it's a kind of strange one, but it's going to be the third person singular in the present, okay? Because in English, in the present, you usually have that weird S that you have to add on to he, she, it. So he plays, S. That's verb 5. She plays, S, verb 5. Okay, so just remember that, because people always are forgetting that S. It's such a small thing. I guess it's easy to forget. So he, she, it, plus the verb, that is verb 5, because 99.9% of the time you're adding an S. I can't think of a time that you don't add the S to the present third person singular. But again, it's easier to remember verb 5 rather than third person singular, right? So that's a little trick for you. Number those verbs. Verb 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our next pro tip is learn verbs with their subjects. So if you learn these two together, you'll always remember that they go together, and you'll be getting 2 words for the price of 1. So you won't just have these verbs floating around in your head like we have the example here, play, plays, played, playing, blah, blah, blah. No, you'll always learn them with their subject. So as you see here, I play, verb 1, you play, verb 1, he plays, verb 5, we play, they play. So learn those together and they'll always stick together in your head. So one thing we're going to do when we're teaching you the different tenses or the different times of verbs is teach them using a timeline. So we want you as well to get used to drawing out a timeline for yourself whenever you see a verb tense, because this will help lock that time in your head. It's no use learning the verbs just as words if you have no idea what time they're referring to. So yeah, you've got the past, present, future, as you see on this timeline. But then when you get into more complex tenses, like the present perfect, the past perfect continuous, you need to know, like, where are these times connecting? How is the past connecting to the present, or the future connecting to the past? And the best way to understand that is visually. So do yourself a favor and just make it a habit of drawing out a timeline whenever you see a form of grammar. Do that for a while, and then it'll be yours. You won't have to draw that timeline anymore. You won't even have to think about it. You'll just know it. But it takes practice. Another pro tip is to make this experience a full body workout. Okay, this might seem strange, but trust me, it works. If you can see this whiteboard behind me, you'll know that I love to stand up while I work. I stand up there all the time. You see some writing on there right now, and I do my work, any kind of work that I have to do. And that's where I'm going to be teaching you grammar as well, standing up. So it's really important for me. I find that it helps take the stress out of your brain in a way, and it just helps bring the whole learning process into your body. Okay, so here are some of these pro tips. So write by hand. Even though we type all the time, we text all the time, everything is online. When it comes to these fundamentals of language learning, I suggest write it by hand. Get your pen, get your notebook, write, okay? Because again, that makes it physical. It gets it into your body, okay? The next tip is speak out loud. Don't just go down the list of verbs like that, okay, humming to yourself. I see a lot of students doing that. Say them out loud. So you see I play, don't just say, no. I play, you play. You can even point. I, you, he, she, we, okay? So that again gets it into your head. Don't just do it sitting down silently. It won't be as effective, and it will take you a lot longer, and it'll more easily leave your brain because you're not actually studying. You're just looking at a piece of paper. You need to make it active. The next one, which I just said, is, stand up. Standing up is important. Do it. Stand up while you work. Pace while you work, meaning walk back and forth. Say the verbs while you're taking a walk. When you're at the gym, just say them out loud. If you don't mind people overhearing you, don't worry. They won't think you're crazy. They'll just, know that you're learning a language, and they'll think you're really cool. And then the last one is use your finger. So if you do have a piece of paper or like a worksheet with the verbs, this is a blank piece of paper, but that's okay. You will actually point to them. Okay, so imagine you have I play. Point to it. I play. You play. He plays. Okay, that pointing again gets the experience into your body. So it's not just on the piece of paper. That pointing of the finger really helps. You can even do it on the computer. So if you're looking at your screen, point. If you're looking at a tablet, if you're looking at your phone, point, point, point. That really, really does help. Maybe you're not going to remember the verb, but you might remember pointing the finger, and then it'll bring that memory of what you were pointing to, and then you'll remember, oh yeah, that was the verb play. So everything creates a memory route in your head that you can follow to, get a hold of that language. This might sound kind of funny and strange. Maybe you've studied like this your whole life though. So what we're trying to just say is this is a really effective way of studying so that you can get that language into your body, into your head, and into your life, and you can start using it. So the last tip, pro tip I'm going to leave you with is practice, practice, practice. Language learning is at its best if you're doing a little bit every single day, because it's about staying in contact with the language, with the sounds of it, with the sight of it, with just using it and keeping it in your body, like I said. So do a little bit every day, and this type of work will keep you really strong as a language learner, and it will make it a lot easier. So good luck. Look for our next video about the present simple tense.